Yes. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Veterans Minimum. Came in a little hot over here. I am fired up. I would even say that I'm a little horny right now.
The ambiance is a horny ambiance in this room right now.
First of all, I don't even know what ambiance means, but I am down. My guy
Me neither.
Dylan is in the building. Dylan Alibrandi. Hold on. What was it? Easy Money Handsome.
So should I just go right into it,
Yeah,
Tom?
let's get into it,
So
man.
we know Kevin Durant is a Net. Me being the Nets fan that I am. His IG handle, you tag, what is it?
Yeah.
That's what you call
That's
it,
his
right?
handle, yeah. Morning.
His handle
Welcome
is
to 2020.
well, Easy Money Sniper. Therefore, I must be Easy Money Handsome.
There we go. Listen, let's get right into it. You got another gift over there for me.
So
because only reason why is you went like that just now, and I was like, oh my god, it's gonna snap.
I'm gonna
over
drop it
the
on the
table.
floor.
Oh, we heard him.
So a buddy of mine, Nick Zav, was actually on this, and he mentioned my name. I'm mentioning his name. He brought you a gift.
Mm-hmm.
Classy man.
Tremendous.
It was a bottle of JMO.
Mm-hmm.
Classy gift.
Yes, sir.
But see, me, I'm not classy. I'm more of a character guy. So you know what I had to bring? The proper fucking 12.
Proper 12. Let's go. Thank you, man.
So that's what we're going to do.
I've never had this before,
Same here.
and I'm excited.
It's going to be fun.
Both of us being Connor guys, right?
God bless him. God bless. What would we do without Connor?
What would the UFC do without Connor?
It would not be what it is now.
Hell no, man.
Nope.
Hell no. Do the honors. Crack this open.
This is your plate.
Oh, yeah.
It's for you.
Thank you. I'm turning into an alcoholic. I'm drinking like 6 days a week.
Stop having new people on the pod.
Yeah, everyone's showing up with. Ever since Zav pulled up, Dom came through. He brought some wine as well. But dude, I wanna kind of ask you that. I poured a lot more than I expected.
It's all right.
But
So
dude,
we got a match.
I want to talk about Connor. Connor is fighting next month at the time that we're recording. Thank you, brother.
Cheers,
Much
mate.
love, man. I appreciate you. Sippy sip.
Wow, it's not that bad. It's not bad.
It's tremendous, actually.
It's good.
Yo,
It's good.
Connor versus Dustin, the rematch.
The rematch.
I kind of like both of them.
I love
A lot.
Love both of them.
I hate that the UFC's gotten so poppin' now that ever since they made that move with WME, right? That's what they were called?
Yeah. The
It seems like it's more we got to give people the money fights than ever before.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's more of a entertainment than it was previously, where it was just you're ranked, you fight, one fights champion, two you had to earn. Now, it's more of, like you said, it's on ESPN, it's a spectacle. Like, yeah, it's money. It's money now.
Yeah, because, dude, there's been a couple of fights over the last couple of years that I'm just like, fuck, man, I don't know who I want to win, and I don't care who wins because I like both guys. Like,
Those are the best kind of fights.
They are. Like, my favorite fighter, I think, in the UFC is Whitaker.
Really?
Yeah, I like Whitaker, man. I know, he's like kind of like... You know how I think of Robert Whitaker?
Well, let's hear this one.
B+. Like, across... Everything is B+.
Respectable across the whole board.
Yeah, like, like Khabib is A+ in wrestling, right? But his striking is like B-.
Yeah.
Right? His cardio is an A. Like some people, it flips like... Roller, I don't like fighters like that. I like, because my favorite fighter of all time is GSP. Did you know that?
That's good.
I think I told you
yeah.
that before. Who's your favorite?
Even in like years ago, I remember your GSP was your guy.
Yo, first time I ever got exposed to the UFC, besides our guy Ken Shamrock, you know what I'm saying, world's most dangerous.
That should be our favorite fighter.
That
Come on.
should be, yeah, word. Someone's an Intercontinental
Come
champion.
on.
Was Whitaker an IC champion?
Hell no.
Hell no, baby. But first time I got really exposed to the UFC, I'm in spring break in Cancun, 2010, and my buddy George was like a big ass UFC fan, and Saturday night was last night we were there. He's like, yo, fellas, whatever we do before we go out, he's like, I gotta watch this pay-per-view. And we're all like 19, 20 years old. We're like, we're not fucking watching a sporting event. We're trying to fucking rage, bro.
Yeah.
We're in Cancun. And I was like, fuck it, man, I'll go with you. I had gotten, oh my God.
Obliterated?
Not even that. Dude, you know how like they were telling you not to drink the water when you would go down there?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't drink any water, but you're fucking drinking drinks that have ice in them.
It's the water. Yeah,
and you're drinking the water. So
there's no escaping that kind of, right?
You're going to get fucked left and right. It's
Someone's
crazy.
fucking you.
So I ended up like legitimately. You can ask the Petrops, you can ask John N. I clogged both the toilets. I swear to God, it got so bad that I had to. They didn't let me shit in the rooms. I had to go shit in the lobby.
That's horrible.
I swear to God, bro.
That's
Next time
bad.
you see him, tell him. So I was like, "Yo, George, I'm down to come with you, man, because like I'm just gonna drink." Because we were drinking like tequila, and we went snorkeling, and they were pouring tequila through the snorkel.
Stop.
And
that's cool.
look, it's dope. But looking at it now, you're
smart.
like, if you get fucked up and you're underwater, that's a terrible decision.
Imagine just drowning.
Yo, so I go to George. I'm like, dude, I'll tag along with you, man. Like, you really want to go watch it? You've been hyping this up. I'm down. I was like, who's fighting? And he's telling me about GSP.
Did you know who that was already?
Nah, I didn't know at all, bro. But he was the headliner against Dan Hardy. Dan Hardy now does the commentary. Dan Hardy used to have like the red mohawk.
Yeah.
And if you remember that fight, or if you ever seen this fight, Greg Hardy got like armbarred.
Dan Hardy.
What did I say? Greg Hardy?
Yeah.
Football? Another UFC fighter now.
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy, though, the realest
The
Hardy.
realest Hardy, yeah.
So Dan Hardy gets armbarred, and his arm is like bending, but in the reverse way. Like the elbow, like over here, it's like straight, right? It's bending the way it would be this way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And like and the announcer's like, "Oh, how's he not tapping?" And then he like reverses him and shit. Anyway, GSP ends up winning, but I got captivated by GSP because he came out in like the gi, like the whole like the mixed martial arts shit, and he's always been like a really proper guy. So GSP from that day on, I'm like, damn, son. And then I started watching UFC like every pay-per-view from then on. I would watch, but I wouldn't watch like fight nights and shit. And then Jared, our friend Jared, makes the UFC, and then from there I'm like, yo, I'm gonna watch all these shits.
I feel like you were watching it a little bit before then, though.
Yeah, but I was watching like now. I don't miss a fight, dude.
I know, yeah.
Like at all. I'm watching from like 4 o'clock on until the whole card through. But I would say that in the beginning, and correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like us two were one of the first ones to watch UFC, right?
Yeah, Brock Lesnar kind of was who got me into it. But I wouldn't watch all the time. I didn't really know who like every
Keep
fighter.
talking. I'm just gonna grab it.
I didn't know who every fighter was. It was Brock Lesnar, and while watching, I started to like Uriah Faber. He was, I think, WEC at the time.
Yeah,
he wasn't in
it
UFC.
didn't merge yet, right?
Yeah, and he was actually one of my favorite fighters. And if I remember, I think Jose Aldo beat him. They were in WEC. I think he beat him. I could be wrong though, but it crushed me. And since then, I kind of started following.
So GSP for me is
It was around the same time.
Yeah, roughly.
Brock and GSP.
Yeah. So GSP, going back to like
I met GSP.
Did you really?
I didn't tell you this?
Nah, what the fuck?
He stayed at the hotel.
Damn.
Me and Ty, actually.
That's
we
fire.
met. Yeah, we spoke to him. He speaks French, GSP.
Yeah.
And I have a coworker who also speaks French. And he didn't know who he was. So I was telling him, I was like, hey, you see that guy? He's
Don't
like,
step to him.
I'm like, he's the GOAT UFC fighter. Like, I'm mad excited right now. So we were looking up, and we were doing research about him, and we saw he spoke French. So he says, I'm going to say something to him in French. And what he ended up saying in French was, he pointed at me. When GSP walked by, he pointed at me, and he goes, you see that guy over there? He wants to fight you. He said that in French. So GSP looks over to me, and he starts to chuckle, and he responds in French to him. And he walked out, and when he walked out, I said, bro, what did he say? He said, I'm a lover. I don't fight. That's what he said.
Damn.
Meanwhile, he could have destroyed the whole building.
With one arm behind his fist, for sure, yeah. But, dude, I think he's, because, like, Khabib retires, and everyone wants the super fight of him and GSP.
I don't like that fight, by the way.
Why?
I feel like GSP's too old to have that fight now.
It's weird, right? Because he retired for 4 years, came back for a one-off against Bisping.
Was that 2017?
Yeah, 2017 at the Garden. That was at the Garden card.
And he wasn't young then, right?
Nah, he was like 38. He has to be
38 then?
I think so, man.
It's like he's 38 now.
You want to check that? Because I have my phone.
Where's Jamie?
Yeah, I need Dom, actually. My guy Dom, editor Dom.
Dom, yeah.
That's who we're fucking grooming.
I'm going to check this real quick.
Yeah, I want to say he's 40?
39.
39.
Yep.
So, yeah, by the time they schedule the fight, he'll be 40.
Yeah.
So, it always becomes an interesting dynamic, right? Is it the time off? Because he's 40, but he's not 40 like Daniel Cormier, who was fighting through his 40s.
He's a well-rested 40.
Like he's chilling, like he's in shape. If you follow him on Instagram and shit, dude's doing like ridiculous workouts. He looks shredded. He has my dream body.
GSP?
Him and Randy Orton.
Really, Randy Orton?
Yeah, Randy Orton.
I definitely GSP.
Yeah.
Randy's got the cool tattoos.
He does.
The coolest tattoos.
The tats, yeah. And I'm not even a tattoo guy like that. Like I think it's a little. I should put his. I'm like, yo, his shit is popping. Mm-hmm. But it's interesting because I think GSP stylistically it'd be like a dope ass fight, and the reason why I bring that up is because everyone's having the GOAT discussion. So for me, it's GSP is my GOAT, and the reason why is, am I a little biased? Possibly. I think that's fair, but also like all his losses, he avenged.
Yeah.
And I think that's like really popping.
You see, I agree. He could be a GOAT. I would never say you're wrong for saying he's a GOAT. He's a GOAT. But when it comes to fighting, I look more out of it like have you lost, which isn't always right to do. But John Jones, asshole, never lost. Khabib, never lost. Khabib lost a round, right? Just
one.
I
think he lost one round to Conor, and that's it.
Don't like that's Khabib might be the GOAT. I feel like he might be the GOAT, and I feel like once he beats GSP, then he's the GOAT.
So you think they're gonna come back to do that fight?
I feel like if there's enough money in anything, it'll happen. And he wants to fight it. Khabib wants to fight again. He said it. GSP and that's it. I feel like it'll happen. It's on GSP, but just bro, you know how much money they'll throw at them?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Go fight in Abu Dhabi somewhere. And
oh, for sure, dude. They had a lot of people were questioning why that his last card against Gaethje, his fight was on what, like 5:45?
Yeah.
The sun was up when we were watching it.
We were watching it in the
backyard. So, and everyone's like, yo, why you so? It's like, dude, they're catering to the whole fucking country of Russia and the Middle East because he's a mega star.
Yeah.
So I think him and Conor have like the most Instagram followers or like social media followers in the UFC. So I think because Khabib always talks about the plan, right? My father's plan. And his dad's plan was actually 30-0.
30-0.
And the 30 being GSP because his father used to say, that's the guy.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. I kind of agree with you. I think he wants nothing to do with Conor. Not even the fear of losing. I think it's like, yo, he
don't want to give Conor any life
at all.
It's that much hatred.
He's like, yo, I'm not giving you the time of day. I don't even want to mention your name in discussion. Fuck your whiskey. Like,
yeah, everything.
Pretty popping. I'm enjoying this.
It is good.
But he don't want, and he's like, you know, it was funny. I don't know if you caught this, but when he was doing his retirement speech in the Octagon, he's like, what'd I do? I choke out Dustin. I choke out Conor. He's like, there's nothing left for me. I choke out Gaethje. And it's true. He got 3 straight finishes to end his career.
He said whoever beat Poirier would be his next defense if he were to fight. But now it's Conor. I don't think he said that there's no need to fight him. But I don't know if you saw recently, he said if his mom gives him the blessing of going 30-0, then he'll fight. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
He said if his mom said to fight, he would. So I guess now, you know, his dad's gone. He's going to honor his mom.
Yeah. And he does.
He's a very honorable guy.
Yeah. You know, my buddy Mike, who, Lazy the Savage, I've had him on the pod too. And he's like well connected with all the dudes at AKA. And he's like, yo, Khabib is like, you want... There's juice, there's sauce that you put me on to.
Forever, yeah.
He got like, there's a next level to
it.
Like when he speaks, no matter, even at the time when like Cain Velasquez was a champion and Luke Rockhold was a champion, it's like, nah, man, there's something about Khabib where he just like carries a different aura. He also has like the massive cult like following too. So you're with Khabib being the greatest of all time?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna make you pick. You gotta pick one. There can't be.
I'm gonna go Khabib. Think about it. Guys know what he's gonna do and still can't stop it.
Yeah.
It's really That's
strange.
A
hell of a fucking point.
It is. You know what he's gonna do and you still can't stop it. And it's all different kinds of fighters, wrestlers, grapplers. They can't stop it. We thought, oh, Gaethje, because he could stand up and wrestle. Oh, Gaethje has a great wrestling game. Oh, he might be able to... Bro, we saw what happened, right?
Yeah.
It was like child's play.
Yeah, it was, yeah. There's levels, man.
It's there's really levels.
Yo, you know you're kind of an asshole to our friend group when it comes to UFC sometimes. Just because like we try to
I'm not.
No. I mean that with like all due respect, right? Like we'll hype up. Oh, what was the fight that you were like angry?
Yeah, it was bad. It was Cormier versus somebody.
Derek Lewis.
Bro.
And all the guys are like, yo, man, this could be a dope main event. Like, Derek Lewis got to punch his chance. And you were like texting me on the side and you're like,
this is horrible.
I hate these conversations. He's like, there's no chance.
Zero. And I was the bad guy until the fight ended. And they were like, yo, good. But you know what it is? Like, the UFC, it's like they book their own fights. There's no commission. It's the UFC. They run the whole show. So they have this guy fighting this guy. They're going to hype up both guys. They're going to make it seem like something. But if you watch, you should know. You know, this guy had no chance. So you just can't fall to the hype. I feel like most of the time I'm right, though.
Yeah, no.
A good amount of time I'm right.
Yeah. Dude, you mentioned something about falling into the hype. You know what I've been doing lately? Because I got like a lot more free time because I'm like stashing a lot of episodes and you know, I don't have cable because I only watch like YouTube and like Netflix and shit.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I have all the sports apps that I need. Like, I can't tell you the last time I watched like network television. It's just not my thing. Mm-hmm. So, I started watching old main events back.
You want to laugh? I didn't tell you this. I saw your tweet about Valentina and
Nunez.
And because of you, I went back to watch it.
And
Valentina won that fight.
She did.
And you mentioned it to me before. They're like, and I was like, nah, they wouldn't do that. They already lost twice. She won that fight.
Yeah, and
so you changed my perspective on that.
And if you go and you watch that post fight, first of all, I love her.
You do love
Valentina. She
Valentina.
She's a beast. I love watching her fight. I'm like weirdly attracted to a girl that could fuck me up. So I just love it. But she's like dope too, man. And to think about it, right? Like consensus in women's MMA GOAT is Amanda Nunez, right? Like she's 2-division champion. Yeah. She's beaten everybody, every household name, every big name. She's like demolished. And I felt like, I'm like, yo, son, a lot of times when an event is happening, same thing with Conor and Nate too.
Yeah.
Went back and watched that, bro. I went back and I watched Whitaker Romero, and I'm like, man, I feel a little bit different about the results. And I feel like when you step back after like a couple of months and some of those fights, years, you're saying to yourself, if you remove the hype, you look at it a little bit different. Because it's like, yo, we're fans, right? At the end of the day, fan is short for fanatic. We're lunatics. We're like, yo, Conor got him. You're like, Conor beat him. No contest, bro. It's right.
You had to see me during that Conor Nate 2 fight. You would have thought I was in the fight. I was in shambles, screaming, "Come on, Conor, come on!" You got to see me, bro. It was bad.
Do you remember when he beat Aldo and we were at the beer garden?
Listen, when
the Irish guy picked me up and kissed me,
bro. The Irish,
everybody bet him. Remember we bet him? Me, you, and Espo bet him.
No, it wasn't me.
Oh, it wasn't you?
No. The only time we bet was Joe Harris in the 3.
Yes,
that was my doing, right? Bro. That was my doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were people swinging from. They have these little like light poles.
Yeah.
In the beer garden, there were people swinging from the light pole.
Hold on. There's mad Brazilians there.
Yeah, for Jose Aldo. Yeah.
We're in Brian Owl's country.
Mostly Brazilian.
We're both owls. You know what I'm saying? Before Drake.
Thick and through, bro.
You turn that.
Or is it thin and? What did I say it right? Thin and through?
Whatever. That works. Man. That works.
Whatever it is.
That's not gonna be only the beginning of things. We're gonna fuck up on this one. But yo, we're at this place called Studio Square. It's a big ass beer garden. One of my favorite places to like go watch sporting events. They got this big ass TV, and CM Punk fought that night too.
Did he really? No.
Yeah, CM Punk fought that night, bro.
No, that wasn't his first fight, was it?
Wasn't that Overeem and Stipe as well?
Well, Conor and Aldo was the main.
Yeah. I'm almost positive. Fuck, this is where I need my phone. I need to have fucking Dom in here. But
what was it? UFC 2
194?
Should I look it up?
Yeah, look that up. Look up the card for Aldo and Conor. Because, anyway, going back to that, right?
It's one something.
I think it was 194 or 193. But we're at the beer garden, and there's a story is a very diverse...
UFC 194, you're right, wow.
It's a very diverse, like, city and like, region. Probably one of the most diverse places in the world, honestly. And there's like mad Brazilians over there. And they got the flags.
Luke Rockhold, Chris Weidman was the co-main.
Oh. Is Punk on the card?
No. I remember. No. Damian Maia. Max Holloway versus Jeremy Stevens was the first fight of the... Wow.
Yo, isn't it crazy sometimes when you go back and you look at like where Max was fighting on a card,
Yeah.
and then like where he ended up becoming and
He
shit.
became an animal, yeah.
But anyway, there's mad Brazilians over there. They got the flags. There's mad Irish people there too. And then I mean, look, everyone knows how that ended. It ended in 14 seconds. They're throwing beers. The Brazilians are like sick to their
They're
stomach.
two very like patriotic.
Yeah.
cultures.
For sure, dude. Like probably in the top 10 as far as like all the Latin American countries for the most part are like super patriotic, especially when you go watch soccer events and shit. But yo, they're going crazy. And this one Irish dude is like just chugged a fucking entire pitcher. He's losing his
They have
mind.
those big glass
They're doing
ones
like
there.
the ole. And I just go and high five him. And I go, yo, I just won money on Connor. Bro, he picked me up. First of all, I felt like a child because he was the size of Ferg. He's like 6'3".
There was nothing you could do. He picked you up.
He's hammered too. I'm like, I'm not going to even fight this. And then he just kisses me on the cheek. I'm like, oh my God, I got to get out of this
Even worse.
situation. Like, this is horrible. But if you go back to some of these fights, man, you just remove the hype. I feel like you look at things a little bit different.
Definitely you do. The Conor one is a major one. The only thing I think that got him that win was the 2 knockdowns. I think that was the only thing that, I mean, you could discuss, it's Conor, they want him to win. But the fight-wise, I feel like the 2 knockdowns. Because later in the round, Nate came alive. And at the end, he took him down, remember?
Yeah.
The bell rung and he was on top of him about to swing. So I agree with you on that. And Valentine, I feel like she won as well. After watching it.
There's one thing I really want to talk to you about.
What's up?
You are you're the biggest hockey fan that I know.
Yeah.
And I don't want to turn this into a hockey, like tell me who the third liner on the Penguins is going to be.
Do you want to know?
I mean, I know you got bars like that.
I'm joking.
But I'm always curious by this one, man, because one thing about me, Dill, is when I don't know certain sports, I go to people whose opinions I trust to get the input. Mm-hmm. And then that's how I'm able to have conversations on here. Mm-hmm. Just gave you guys a little BTS behind the scenes.
Yes.
When it comes to hockey, I come to you. Mm-hmm. That's also one way that I could get your attention because sometimes you don't text me back. But you know what? That's it's a conversation for a different
For a whole new podcast.
Yeah. My question to you, why is hockey not bigger in the U.S.?
That's a good question.
Because obviously, I hate to cut you off. Obviously, in Canada, it's the number one sport.
Yeah.
Overseas, in like Sweden and Finland and Russia, it's like their number that and like soccer.
Yeah.
But why is it in the States where the league, right, the league that everyone wants to play in is the NHL? Why is that not a bigger sport?
I feel like there's a lot of answers, and I'm going to start off first.
How good of a question is that?
It's a very good question.
Dude, I mean,
love
look at
questions
me.
like this.
Fucking superior professional.
That is, you know what? Cheers to you.
Give me some. You know what I'm saying?
You deserve this one. That's a proper question. So I'm going to start with, you take like the USA, right? Take the United States. The NHL is played here. It's in Canada, but most teams are here. You cut the United States in half, north and south, right? Down south, who cares? Like, no one really cares about hockey, you know?
And like, how many teams do you have down there? Like,
you have a good amount. Like the Coyotes, bro, they don't care. You know, they don't. It's not a big market.
Hey, you know what? How about not put a hockey team in a fucking desert?
That's the thing, and that's what they tried. They wanted to get to the desert. They want to get hockey to the desert. It's like a double-edged sword. Like, okay, we're gonna get hockey to the desert. It's gonna work, but at the same time, it's fucking hockey in the desert, bro. It's really, the Panthers, they're not good. They're really not good often. They made the finals, but they didn't win. But they're not good. The Lightning are good, but it's just people. I
mean, they just won the cup though, so you can't.
They've been good for a while, and they've won cups. The thing is, they're still good, and people don't care. It's just being down there, people love football, people love baseball, college sports is big down there. It's just
sick 'em, Butch.
Get 'em, Goring. It's just Goring. It's just that's a main thing in Cali. People don't really care about hockey in Cali. I feel like if the league focused people do care about hockey in Cali. I'm not going to say that. You probably have listeners in Cali saying no, but
they also have like good teams, right? Like the Sharks have been good for a while.
They're good. Kings are good.
The Kings have won cups recently.
Bro, Alan actually told me this. When the Kings beat the Rangers is the only time I'm going to say that ever in my life. When the Kings beat the Rangers in the cup.
Yeah, by the way, full disclosure, Dylan, if he had a chance, he would have a Ranger tattoo on his neck, so everyone knew for certain.
Yeah. If the Rangers won the cup, I'd do some wild shit. But anyways, Alan told me he was in LA when the Kings won. Now they won in Cali, right? They were home. He was in LA at a show, and they announced it over the loudspeaker, and he said like 3 people clapped. It's just the climate don't really work, and it just don't work that well. And the league the league knows, okay, New York, Boston, all these places. Like I know.
Hold on. The original 6.
Yes.
Chicago as well, right? Detroit.
Bangers. Keep going. You got them all?
Son.
Do you have them all? You said Chicago, you said Boston, and you said Detroit.
The Rangers. Canadians.
Okay.
There's one more, right?
Yes, sir. You got this, bro.
Can you give me a hint? Can you give me a conference?
No, because you have this. I'm not going to give you a hint because you know this.
Flyers?
No, bro. Bro.
Give me one more.
Come on, bro. One of your favorite places in the world.
Oh, my God. T-Dot, baby.
Let's go, baby.
Come on.
Let's go,
the
baby.
Maple Leafs, eh?
So, like, they know those places up north. They don't have to cater to these people, and they don't have to worry. It's just they try to branch out, and it kind of weakens the league in a way because they're catering to these places. So that's one.
It's weird because when I went to school in Buffalo, bro, Buffalo is a big fucking hockey town.
It's Buffalo. It's cold there. People play hockey there.
It's the climate. You're right. It's the climate.
They don't have to cater to people. They know the game's going to be played there. They know people like hockey there. Buffalo's not an original 6 team. They haven't even been around that long compared to other. They've been around for a while, but other teams have been around longer. It just works there. The game works there, you know? And they're starting to do a better job because, I feel like recently, St. Louis, I feel like they've grown with their hockey franchise in Nashville. The Predators are a big deal now over there.
Yeah.
So they're working. Another thing is just the game of hockey. It's expensive. People don't start playing it right away. They're not, not everybody's brought into the game. You know
what's weird about hockey? It's the same issue that soccer has in the sense that soccer is not an expensive sport to play.
Hockey's expensive.
Actually, soccer is expensive if you want to go through the youth ranks and play club and shit. That's one of the biggest issues about why soccer in the States hasn't really blossomed to where it should be. But hockey is expensive. Our buddy Espo played hockey, and I remember one time watching one of his games, and his dad was like, I hope he doesn't break his stick. It was like $100. Yeah, $300. Yeah, he said like $220 or some shit.
It's a lot.
So I think with
that's just a stick alone.
Yeah, and then the skates and shit. So yeah, it is expensive. But where I was going to, soccer and hockey, and tell me how you feel about this. You being a hockey guy, me being a soccer guy. I can't football. You've seen dudes that never played football and then
step on at like age 15.
At like 16, they're on varsity, and then before you know it, they're at Ohio State.
Yeah,
and then they're in the NFL. Or you have guys like I think like Siakam or Embiid didn't touch a basketball till they were 15.
That's crazy to think of,
right? Dude, you can't skate. I can't pick up skates at 16 and be like, yo, I'm gonna go try out for hockey.
You can't.
There's no way I can play.
You have to be like kind of born into it.
You got to play it from a young age. The same thing with soccer, and I think both sports are very unique because obviously you run in every sport, right? But like soccer, your feet are your hands.
Yes.
And then in hockey, it's the moving around is completely different. Am I right or wrong? How would you feel about that?
I feel the same. Like me, I play soccer. I feel it's extremely foreign to me. I feel like my legs and my brain are speaking 2 different languages when I play soccer. That's like I'm like, all right, I've got to do this, but I can't. Like it just don't work. Yeah. And that's why I feel like it translates because hockey you're on skates and kind of like you're holding something and like your balance is like the first part. It's a lot, and I agree with you. I definitely agree with that.
Do you think that the networks don't do a good job marketing?
I feel like NBC does a good job. I just, what it is? I feel like hockey is like kind of late to the party a lot. Like
how so?
Think about it. NFL, you could watch the NFL every game, whatever it is, this app, that. It's not really like that with hockey, and I feel like the same thing with NBA.
They don't have like a league pass or they have center ice, right? Isn't that the thing?
They do have center ice. I just don't think it's as advanced as these other what do you call it? These other sports. It's like a little late to the party, That's another issue I have, and there's to be honest, there's like a few things that you could bring up.
All right, let me ask you this one: how much of an issue is it that they had a lockout in 2005?
That was big. It's funny because that hurt the game, but also helped the game a lot.
Okay, so how did it hurt the game? Well, stupid question. because obviously you didn't have a season.
You missed
for
a whole season.
Yeah.
You missed a whole season, and for a sport that it has its loyal fans, and then after that it gets iffy. You know, like hockey, I'm a loyal fan, right? I'll watch hockey no matter where it is.
I think there's two examples right here. You watch hockey all the time. Me, when the Rangers are good, that's how baseball is for me as well. Like when the Mets are good,
baseball, yeah.
I'm more invested in it.
Once they're out,
or like, you know, they're 19 games below 500 in August, I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'm checked out. And then I'll watch like the World Series just because I want to be in touch with like I like greatness. I like people winning championships. So like I watch some of the Stanley Cup, but I agree with you where like do you think hockey is like baseball in the sense where they still cater to keep the loyal fan, but the loyal fan isn't going anywhere?
The loyal fan's not going anywhere
At all.
I forgot who said it. There's a saying, it says, there's 50,000 hockey arenas always sell out. There's 50,000 fans in each state, but that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like they have their loyals, and then after that, where do you go from there?
Yeah, I read somewhere.
You know?
Yeah, I read one time. I think it was either the Wall Street Journal or Forbes, and it said that they have the highest sellout rate of any sports league. But it's like what you said. It's a very loyal fan base where like
Extremely loyal.
the Rangers sold out, I think like for like 17 straight years.
Bro,
and even it was like down years too.
We were literally horrible for like, of those if you're talking about 17 straight, we were horrible for probably like 7 of those years. Like terrible, like trash. And we sold out every game. There's people love hockey, you know. People that love hockey, they want to see hockey. They're very loyal.
So,
and I'm sorry, the way that it helped the game,
yeah. Well, that was going to be my follow-up.
it kind of like ushered in a new era of hockey. They're like, all right, we took a loss. We had the lockout. It sucked, but we're going to bring in a new game. It became faster, more skilled players. They made some rules, the 2-line pass rule. They took that out, so there's more breakout plays and stretch passing. The Devils were great for years because they took advantage of the 2-line pass. It was called the trap. That's what their system was called, and they won Devils were mad good.
Is there a way you can explain that?
Late 90s. Well,
because I don't even know what it is exactly.
it was called the trap. It would kind of like eliminate. It was a defensive system that they played called the trap. It would trap you.
Yo, you know who was my guy that's gonna get you tight? Jason Arnott.
Yo, I fucking hate Jason Arnott, yo. Jason Arnott, if you're fucking watching this, fuck you, bro. Piece of shit.
We're probably never gonna get him on the podcast.
I'm sorry. But nah, yo, fuck Jason Arnott.
Yo, I'll tell you why. Cause
I was gonna say he's mad random to like.
Yo, so my uncle's a cop, and he did a charity event where he was like I wouldn't say an usher, but he was like, the security there.
He was on the Devils at the time, Jason Arnott?
Yeah, okay. And he met him, and then he invited him and his partner out because my Uncle Mike, who made me a Met fan, he fucked up my whole life as a sports fan because I should have been a Yankee fan. But anyway, I mentioned it ad nauseum. But my Uncle Mike's partner, he was
By
a
the way,
Devils
I'm
fan.
sorry to interrupt. I feel like everybody has an Uncle Mike. Right?
Yeah, OD, bro.
If you don't have Uncle Mike, you're fucking weird.
Especially if you're like Greek or Italian, like you definitely have Uncle Mike. So his partner was a big Devils fan, and he was mad. Like from what I remember him telling me, my uncle's partner was very like starstrucky. I don't even know if that's a word, but like when he would see someone, he would never go and approach him. Yeah. But like he wanted to. Yeah. So my uncle introduced him, and then they went out on like a hangout, and he has his autograph and shit. So that's why like I remember him, and he was on those devil seats.
Bro, fuck him.
All right, so tell me. So go back. They had a system in place.
Yeah, it would kind of like shrink the ice because at the time you couldn't make a 2-line pass, right? And once you made a 2-line pass, it was a pass that went like over the lines on the ice. It couldn't be it was like a 2-line pass. So they'd kind of trap you, shrink the ice. In hockey, once you had a pass that went over both lines, the play would be whistled dead. So say you try to get behind the defenseman, because you know the hockey and you have the blue line, off sides.
The blue line is like the last defender in soccer. Yeah.
So if you would try to get behind a defenseman, right? Okay, maybe how am I going to put this in a good? Okay, in some cases, hockey, guys in the penalty box, right? You're killing a penalty. So the puck would be in your side of the rink right here. Could people see this?
Yeah, they can see that.
The puck would be here in your side of the rink. This is genius. The puck would be here in your side of the rink. So everything's happening here, right?
Right.
But penalty box is here. So the guy would be coming out. Usually, when the penalty's ending, the goalie will clap his stick. You'll hear the random.
Yeah.
Right? So look up, guy behind. If I played defense in hockey, a guy'd be behind me. I know, all right, I gotta look backwards. I gotta bail out.
Right.
Usually, what you try to do now is because there's no two-line pass, you send it down on the wall. So the guy stepping out of the box, bing, off to the races.
Breakaway.
This is an example. It would be over 2 lines. Plays whistle dead. It's behind. You could never really get behind the defenseman.
Gotcha.
To beat him. So it kind of slowed the game down. It was the trap. They eliminated that. It opened the game up. It opened the game up so much more. Guys make better, longer plays, faster. It just helped a lot. They helped usher in this new era. And the shameful thing about it is it's never been better than it is now, hockey. Like, skills at an all-time high. Back then, you had some guys that were goons and fought. But now you got to be able to play to be on the team. There's not really, the goon is gone. Mm-hmm. So I feel like it shouldn't be struggling now because now everybody on the team has to play. You got to be nice now to play. There's no more, this guy could fight. We'll keep him around in case, Gretzky gets leveled. We'll keep this guy around so he could take liberties and, beat up whoever did it. It's not like that no more. You got to be good to play now.
Interesting. Why do you think they got rid of the goon? Was it because that dude was just he would kind of cap your upside? Because if you're just a fighter, I don't know how to put this. The fighter was, because I always remember there'd be a random legend on the 4th line. You'd be like, yo, why is this guy on the team? And you'd be like, yo, he's the fighter. If a guy goes and steps to him, steps to Crosby or steps to Ovechkin or some shit, this guy's going to have his back. So did the talent here we go. Did the talent get so big?
It's deeper. It's much
deeper.
deeper.
It's not even worth it because your 4th liner now is getting 20 goals a year.
Oh, I wouldn't say 20, but they're chipping in. But it's just the talent is way deeper.
Is 20 goals a lot?
20 goals is a very good. 20 goals is a good season.
Power rank me the tiers as far as goals. It's so in the NFL, if you're a 40 touchdown passer, that's
good, right?
That's elite of the elite. 40 is a 50. 50, only 3 people have thrown 50 touchdowns in NFL history.
Okay.
There's been a lot more 40s. 30 is if you're a 30 touchdown passer, you could win MVP. 20, you're whatever. If you're in the teens, congrats, you need a new quarterback.
20 goals is a good year.
So who's a 20 goal scorer?
Chris Kreider's a career 20 goal scorer.
Okay.
I feel like most of his years, I'm naming players Ryan Callahan, 20 goal scorer. And those are good players. You need those guys on your team.
So who's a 30 goal scorer? Gabrick?
Gabrick would score 40 from time to time. I know he probably scored 30. If you score 30, you're a good player. You're you had a good year.
Are you an all-star?
You could be an all-star with 30 goals.
Okay.
It's funny because 40, hockey, sometimes you'll get you'll get years where you. By the way, people are scoring less now because the game is just getting better. It's getting harder to score.
Really?
Yeah. And I want to mention that for a second. But I'm going to continue my point. There are years when you'll get a few 50-goal scorers, which is an elite year. If you had a 50-goal year,
so Stamkos.
Yeah,
Ovechkin.
Yeah, you had an elite year.
Where's my boy Tarasenko at?
He's capable of it. I don't know if he's ever had a 50, but he's had high 40s. I know that's just a great year. But there'll be years where you get 5, 6 50-goal guys. There'll be years when you get one. I think Crosby one year led the league in goals with 49, and this wasn't that long ago.
Who's the most legendary, bad legend, 50-goal scorer?
Damn.
That you can remember.
Oh shit. I would like to say. That's tough because most 50 goals.
Because Cam Newton threw 40 touchdowns one year. You're yo, what the fuck? This is never happening again.
I'm not gonna listen. I'm not gonna have any Cam Newton slander on this podcast because I'm a fan of Cam. All right.
You like Superman?
I'm a big fan of Cam. But you got to be good to score 50, bro. There's been guys that scored 40 that are not that good. I think Brad Boy scored 40 one year. I think he did, and he's not that great. He played with Sidney Crosby one year, I think. Usually the 40-goal guys will get. It's a 40 goal season where you could be he's not that good. But never 50. If you had 50,
there's no doubt.
Some people scored 6. You want to laugh? Some people scored 60 like a few times, and that's like amazing. I think the last time 60 happened was Ovechkin in like '08. The Caps were like a border playoff team, and he just carried them. He scored like 63 goals. But like Gretzky legit scored like 92 in 1 year. Like, you know how fucking insane that is?
He is
fucking insane.
Yeah,
bro.
he's the most dominant team sport athlete of all time. Like I think
insane.
He's when it comes to like sports goats, he should be number one.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Because he's so like there's no debate who's even close to him.
Bro, second place is like, you know the Gretzky. You spoke about the Gretzky rule before, right?
No, what is this?
If you take his like, all right, in hockey.
Yeah. Tell the people, but I've heard this.
All right, in hockey you have goals and assists, and a goal's a point and an assist is a point. So at the end of the year they add up all your points, your goals and assists, and total it. So you'd get like a good year's a great year's like 90 points and above. He would have like 200 in years. Like yeah, people aren't getting over like 110. He'd have like 200, like 2 and change. But if you take just his if you add like people's goals and assists, it wouldn't equal to just like his assists or goals. It's like that much. It's insane. It's the Gretzky rule.
Damn.
It's fucking crazy. They always discuss that Ovechkin could catch him, but because they don't know if hockey, there might be a lockout in hockey this year.
Oh,
They're saying this is the knockout blow.
Damn.
To Ovechkin's chances because he didn't get a full 82 game. He had a shortened season. I think like 2013 they played like 50.
Yeah.
And this year if they play it'll only be like 50, or they might not have it at all. So they're saying this might be the knockout blow. He might not be able to catch him.
What do you think is more likely to happen by 2026? Do you think the U.S. goes on a nice run in the World Cup, or we see our first aliens?
Wow.
Dylan,
wow.
big fucking
You know
alien
how I feel about this, bro.
Guy.
Bro, all right. Let me get into gear.
Let me just paint the picture real quick. If
the aliens are coming, bro.
If aliens were ever to show up, if I'm with Dylan, I'm safe. Because they can hear us. They can hear us, and Dylan's been telling me like, "Yo, I'll be good. I'll be able to communicate with them."
Yo,
you really believe that there's aliens, right?
It's not even. I know. And I feel like anybody that don't feel the same way, like, what are you doing? Like, read a book. Like, go watch TV or some shit. It's deep, you know.
Every group of friends has a alien conspiracy guy. For us, it's Dylan.
Yeah, and it's, you know what? You want to laugh? I feel like, well, all right. In my mind, there's aliens, right? In my mind, there's more than one kind of alien. Like, all right, we're on Earth here, right? This is the Earth, right? Mm-hmm. Outer space, the universe. Now, like, say we're here, we look into space this way, right?
Right.
It goes on forever.
Yeah.
There's aliens somewhere around there, right? Now, if you look into space that way, that shit goes on forever. There's aliens there. Like, I feel like there's more. There's not just one species of aliens. There's a bunch. They're just, you know, it's the universe is endless, right?
And yo, you know what's crazy? The universe is endless, and Olivia Culpo is Miss Universe, which means she's endless. She's endless. And Christian McCaffrey got a great girl, you know, just tremendous.
Like, I feel like she's better than that. Like, Christian McCaffrey's cool, right?
He's dope, son. Come on, he's a white running back, bro.
He's cool, but
he's lit.
Listen, we'll save that for another time. Let me get into this alien shit, all right? I'm not gonna say fuck Christian McCaffrey.
Nah. That's my guy.
Chill, he's cool. Yeah, I like Olivia Culpo. So
come on, you've already slandered like 3 athletes.
By the time we fucking get done with this podcast, no one's gonna want to come on your show, and I apologize. It'll be me every week coming on. So listen, the alien. I'm gonna be honest. I think that there's a greater chance of us discovering aliens before the United States wins the World Cup. How fucking horrible is that? There's a better chance of that.
Did you see that thing that like Barstool put up of that like metal ass plate in the desert?
Oh, the monolith?
Yeah.
All right. Do you know what that's from?
I have no idea.
Okay, background story. There's a movie. Actually, it's a book, too. I think the book came first. You know Stanley Kubrick?
Yeah.
Okay. A Space Odyssey? You've seen that in school before, right?
I have, yeah.
Okay. In the movie and in the book, there's something like that aliens left. So I don't know if that's, like, I'd like to say it's aliens, but I think it's, like, people doing that. I'm not sure why, but it's popping up everywhere. Have you saw that?
No. That's the only one that I saw that was
it disappeared. You know it disappeared, right?
Really?
Then it disappeared. and then they found one in Romania on like a hill somewhere. That disappeared, and I think today I saw they found one in California. Same thing. So it's weird because, you know, travel and everything is hard to do now with coronavirus.
Right.
So if it's like an elaborate thing, they must have a bunch of people in on it. I don't know if it's like some sort of movie, like a show or like a secret Marvel or like project that, you know how they do that, you know?
Yeah, I know
I'm starting to think of something like that, or who knows? If it is aliens, like I'm ready. I'm fucking ready for the aliens.
Dill's been ready since like 2008.
No, before that. It's like it don't interest you at all. Like that don't interest you. Like life out there. What's out there?
Yo, I used to think when you would have these conversations
That I was crazy.
I was like, I love him so much, but he's so dumb. And then through the years, like shit would just happen, and it was just like the universe is just so big where.
Bro, it don't end.
Yeah, it's not out of the range of possibility.
Do you know that the universe is like, it's so big that they say that there's like another you out there?
Yeah, I've heard this.
It's like endless possibilities.
And they're doing like the same exact thing.
Just
that
like
you're doing.
one, like you're Italian instead of Greek.
Yeah.
Like it's that slight of a difference. That's how many is out there. So who's to say that there's not a fucking another? What makes us so special that we have life here? You know? What, it didn't happen anywhere else?
Yeah, man, it's really interesting, right? And so many people have these stories. Bro, there was one time we're in Connecticut and at Espo and Frankie's summer house, and we're like on the dock and we're just like laying down, like looking up into the stars. And I don't know, we were like a lot of beers in also, but I remember just like looking up, dude, and you see like this like thing in the sky, right? And you're thinking it's like one of those jets because it's like really late at night. It's like maybe like 3 a.m. You're looking. And I remember just me and Joe laying down there, and Danny was with us too. And we're just like all looking up, and we're like, we're talking about some dumb shit. Fuck knows what we were talking about. But we're looking up. And yo, Dill, I swear to God, it just disappears. And we all just go, yo, did you see what the fuck?
Bro, now what was that?
Dude, it knocked me sober.
Did it really?
It sobered me up.
Wow. I envy you for seeing something like that because I never saw something like that.
And we're like, yo, what the fuck? What was like, who knows what that was?
See, now I have a hot take here.
Okay.
And people might think I'm fucking crazy.
Are you super crazy?
Super crazy. So I feel like what we see, like the ships that we... All right, well, which hot take do you want first? A or B?
Which one is hotter?
They're both fucking on fire. I need to fucking take my shirt off.
Oh, damn.
You gotta open a window in here.
Damn. Give me the one that's less hot in your opinion. I want the main event last.
Damn. All right.
I want Stone Cold Rock WrestleMania 17 where it turns heel.
All right. This is how. All right. So I feel like what we see might be time travelers in the sky. Is that fucked up?
Elaborate a little bit.
Okay. It's hard. All right. It's hard for look at us. Let's look at us here, okay? We don't have the technology to do whatever the fuck these ships are doing, right? And the government is finally saying, like, all right, we see these things. Like, it's out there finally. So it's something. I still think that, well, based on our technology, I still think that it's so hard to be able to travel so far because God only knows where these things are coming from, right? Maybe they figured out, like, if they are traveling this far, they figured out some sort of time to bend time, warping, right? Which is true. They figured it out. In order for them to get there from this place to this place, could they see here?
Yeah.
All right, so this is their planet. This is our planet, right? This is the ship. The space here, in between, say it's like 100 million light years. It would take that long to get here. They figured out a way to bend what's ever here and like get closer. That's what they figured out how to do. And that's fucking insane within itself, right? Then that's what they figured out how to do.
Yo, right now you look like an evil scientist with the glasses and the way you're just operating.
So that's what they figured out how to do. According to our knowledge, they don't have engines in their ships. Whenever people say they see them, there's no jet, there's no like propulsion, there's nothing. It's all like anti-gravity. That's what it is. I'm getting super scientific here now.
Yeah.
I really know this stuff.
I hate science, by the way.
Okay, you ever hear of dark matter?
No.
Okay, you know how we have matter?
Yeah.
That's only a little bit of what's around us. It's most of it is dark matter, and we don't know what that is yet, really. And it's most of the space around us, outer space, is dark matter, and we don't understand that. Once we do, is when like you see crazy shit, like like crazy shit. Once we figure out what that is, and we feel like they figured it out in order to do all this propulsion stuff because they're traveling 0 to 100, stopping on a dime. Like no rocket fuel could help make you do that, you know? So now think of this. If they're able to do that and figure out this time travel, then who's to say it's not us in the future coming back and looking? You get what I'm saying? And then
that just blew my mind.
Coming back. Because it's so hard to be able to figure out how to do that. I feel like it could be us in the future. It don't sound so crazy now, right?
Nah,
Bro, they're traveling like it's not. It's like these objects are moving without like modern knowledge. Like it's not. There's no force moving it. There's nothing pushing it. It's like that sounds like time. It sounds like you're ripping through time, like fabric of space, and you're shredding right through it.
Yo, you know the other hot take that you have also? Like you have it?
I have it.
Okay,
I could keep going.
No, but can you just save that for a second?
I'll save it.
I want to ask you a fun question now.
Okay.
What athlete would you pick to say he's an alien?
Fuck. Bo Jackson.
Oh.
Bo Jackson in his prime was an alien.
Yo, that's a good one.
Bro, dude is fucking snapping bats over his head, his leg.
Yo,
even when he struck out, it was still like impressive. Like, yo, he fucking broke the bat over his leg. Like, what the fuck? Yo, he had a bat over his head.
And then he'll run for like 200 yards. And
when he made that catch and like ran.
Yeah.
Bro.
Dude.
That's an alien. Like, I never seen that before.
That's a fucking good one. I was going to say Giannis.
Yeah, like he's
7 foot 6'11". What is he? And he's fucking the way he moves and his length, like that's crazy.
Yeah, but I feel like those guys.
I've seen him go from free throw line to free throw line in 3 steps.
Yo, it looks like he travels every time because he'll start at the top at the 3-point line and he'll get on the rim. I'm like, he didn't put the ball on the floor once.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
Or he'll have one dribble throughout that whole.
And I'm like, what? But yeah, he might be one too. Like guys like that, it's weird.
Aliens come down and you got to pick one guy. To
fight him?
Yeah, to fight it. Who you picking? And yeah, you can even go like you could pick the fighter in their apex. Like you don't gotta give me like Adesanya now. You could give me prime Mike Tyson.
I would go prime Mike, but I'm not gonna. Just out of sheer unpredictability. Like we don't know how they're gonna fight. So I'm gonna go with like John Jones maybe. A prime John Jones. He's got the length. He's got a good mix of everything. His grappling is strong. I feel like he has a strong base, lengthy, good stand up. If I don't know what's coming at me, I want to be John Jones. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Johnny Bones.
I'm gonna give you a mad legendary one.
Are you gonna say fucking
this gonna be
Walker, Texas Ranger? Someone fucking.
This is gonna be so stupid. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
Nate Diaz. Only because he's so like.
Why? He can take a punch. He's gonna take a beating.
He's mad like legendary, bro.
Yeah.
He'll like lay down like his brother did in the fight. He'll like slap the alien.
Yo,
like what bitch?
If he's stalking slaps an alien,
bro,
bro.
The alien's gonna be rattled. He's gonna be like, yo, he's not even afraid of me.
What the fuck is that?
He'll like go up to him like, what bitch?
That's
go with the Diaz brothers, baby.
Bro, that's
my cousins, the MMA cousins.
He'll get them high. They won't even fight.
Yeah,
They'll be in Compton chilling.
He'll get them chopped, and then before you know it,
they'll be in Compton. Fucking crazy.
Yo, who would you say in hockey is an alien? Who's like Matt? Yo, because you know we put me on to, bro? When we went and saw McDavid that one time, when I got tickets and we saw the Oilers.
McDavid might be an alien.
You just turned to me and you're like, yo, he's different.
I've never seen anybody I've seen guys do what McDavid does, but I've never seen them do it at the pace he does it. Like he's like getting faster while control. Like it's so weird, bro. He's picking up speed, crossing over. Like, oh, my hockey heads know about that. If he's like crossing over his legs and he's still picking up speed. It's so like defensemen, like they'll like give him room so they don't get beat.
Mm-hmm. And he'll still get
like usually you'll give a guy room so you don't get beat and you try to get in front of the shot, you know. But he'll still he'll cross his legs. He'll cross over to get an angle and still pick up speed and beat. The strangest thing I've ever seen. And he's still like dangling at the same time. It's so weird to watch. It's amazing to see.
Damn,
it might be him.
Yeah, dude. I remember when we went and saw him. You put me onto him.
It looks different. Like when he does it looks different. It looks like it's on fast forward.
So give me your other crazy take that you have about this.
All right. My other crazy take. I have a few crazy takes. I'm a conspiracy guy. My other take is I think before we see the real aliens, we see the fake aliens.
Yo, dude.
Right now you're probably like, what the fuck?
No. I'm laughing because we've had this discussion and you sent me the article where it was something along the lines of like the government is gonna set up. But what was it exactly?
Listen. This is coming from me because at first, I hope you have conspiracy people that watch this.
Bro, there's a lot of people that are
because I'm gonna mention Project Blue Book and the Majestic 12, and they all know that right now they're probably like, yeah, get them, Dill, get them,
eat them, Dill.
Yeah, so
sick 'em, Butch. We gotta tell sick 'em, Butch before
we're gonna tell a good sick 'em, Butch. So all right, and I always thought this was utter bullshit. I would be like, get the fuck out of here. But I came to my own realization one day. So the story is, in order for the government to push their next agenda or whatever it is they got to do, they say people, like we have wars for another reason, like the oil, this.
But then there's like the real reason as to why they're actually going, which they never tell you.
Eventually, they're not going to, I feel like now it's harder to do that. Like it's harder to go to war now. People are more against it. Right? People are becoming more woke.
Right.
So now, what's the number one threat to everybody? If aliens were to fucking pull up in the sky, then it's like, all right, guys, like
we gotta get this shit together.
Like
we're about to get clapped.
Like, yeah, we have to fight. Like,
yeah.
So I feel like
wasn't there like a famous quote or movie, or it might have been a president that said that like extraterrestrial.
I think it was Reagan.
Threats
that said
would be the one thing that would bring us together.
He said, one day if extraterrestrials were to pop up, we'd all have to be together. Something like that. I don't know the exact quote, but you're right. It did happen. And I think it was Reagan. So now if that were to happen, guess what? We got to fucking put up or shut up. It's time. So now think about this. A rocket ship taking off, right? I always thought that that whole idea was bullshit, that they were trying to push a fake agenda. But a rocket ship taking off. You picture a rocket ship, right? The fire and shit. SpaceX. Rocket ships don't look like rocket ships no more, right? It's like a blue fucking thing in the sky, fucking swirls. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea. No.
Okay. Search. It looks nothing like a rocket ship. If you search the new ones, and I'm like, where the fuck did when did rockets start to look like that? They look like UFOs. You see like a big cloud in the sky with like blue and like a spy. It don't look like a rocket taking off no more. So I feel like maybe that secretly is like them like testing something different. Like maybe this is like, all right, when we do the alien invasion, we're going to put this fucking spiral in the sky. And if you look in the sky and see that, you're going to, what's the first thing you're going to assume?
Yeah, UFOs and aliens.
That's when I started to wake up on this. And it's a conspiracy, you don't know, but I think that before we see the real ones, we're going to have the fake alien invasion. And that's fucking creepy, isn't it? A fake alien invasion?
Yeah. I mean, the way people are going to react, it might as well be a real one.
Bro, when Con Edison blew up,
yeah.
I was telling my family, don't go out there. It might be radiation. Like, all right, listen, I swear to God.
You didn't think it was a Martian?
It was 8:45 at night, right? Around that time, it was pitch black. It was in the winter.
Did this thing become like a national headline? Like, will people in like Miami know about this thing that happened?
They might.
Because this happened in our hometown. Con Edison is the big power plant over here. And
it's the power plant of New York.
Yeah. And it like some shit blew up.
Yeah, like a transmitter or some shit blew up.
Yeah, and the whole sky
was like blue-green.
Yeah, and it was daytime.
It went from 8:45 at night in the winter, pitch black, to daytime.
It was crazy.
Like, all my lights went off, and the sun just came out. It was the weirdest thing to experience.
I gotta look. We could definitely find this clip, but I have to so I can attach this to a tweet so people have an idea what we're talking about.
And the first thing that came on my mind was they're finally here. Like, holy fucking shit.
1 to 10, 10 being the Rangers winning the Stanley Cup. How hyped were you that you thought aliens were here?
Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was scared. Because if they could get here, they could fuck us up. You know what I'm saying? If they have the technology to get here, we're like ants on the floor. Like they could fuck us up. So I was scared. So it's blue outside, and like my family's like, oh shit, oh let's go out there. I'm like, no. I'm like, we gotta plan. What are we gonna do? We gotta stay inside. I gotta call my grandfather. And they're like, yo, are you okay? I'm like, bro, they're here. Like I think it's happening. I really thought it was happening. In my mind, aliens were here. Like, you have to process that. I thought aliens were here. Imagine you thinking aliens are here. Like, it's a scary fucking thing to process. I thought they were here.
What other, what would you say? Do you have any sports conspiracies you believe in? Or that you think are like the most famous one I think you would say is, not you would say, but people always talk about is the New York Knicks, the frozen envelope.
I
right?
believe that.
Kind of makes sense.
Listen, people try to debunk it, and they're like, "Oh, if you freeze the envelope and you put it, you won't feel it." You'd feel it frozen. It's in the freezer. You'll feel it.
Yeah.
I feel like that happened.
Yeah, that's when Patrick Ewing went to the Knicks, and the Knicks won the lottery.
They needed somebody.
Yeah. Do you buy the? I don't even want to call it a narrative, but the idea of, oh, the league doesn't want this team in the finals because it's a small market. I'm like, you believe in that stuff?
Yeah, 100% I believe it. Well, it's common sense. I don't think the games are rigged, but I think that they have who they want to win.
Of course they have who they like. If you're hockey, right, you would always probably want a Canadian team and like the Rangers or
any original six.
Yeah, like you want like legacy,
bro,
right?
The Rangers had no business winning the draft lottery this year. Zero business, and we won it. I mean, we're the Rangers. We're New York. Maybe. I agree. The bigger markets.
So what would you say is a sports conspiracy that you believe in?
I like the Knicks one. I love the MJ one.
Which one is this?
Why he left. Oh. You know how
yeah.
He was a huge gambler, and they said that he was really suspended, and they said, listen, go away for a year, and we'll say you retired. I watched a video, a famous ex-mobster. I don't know if you saw it. I forget his name. I think his name's like Michael Lucchese or something like that. He did a Vlad TV interview, and this guy was connected. He was a big mob guy, and all of his people knew, like, all right, Jordan's in deep with this stuff, and it was a known thing. You know, the guy that died, Jordan's name was in his briefcase. They found him.
No. Wait, what guy died? What are you talking about?
I forget the guy's name. A mafia guy died, and he had a briefcase, and it had a bunch of names. He was, I guess, a bookie or whatever. And Jordan's name was in it. He owed money.
I mean, also because I had you on for The Last Dance also, like that documentary series was fucking fantastic. But it also showed like you can't tell the Michael Jordan story without saying that like this guy was a degenerate. Like he was gambling with the ushers and shit. Like,
and another conspiracy is his dad was killed because of this.
The gambling debt. Yeah.
So I mean, it sounds like that was found on the side of a road. Like,
man.
1 + 1 = 2.
Yeah. You know, I wouldn't call it a conspiracy necessarily, but Maradona, when the story of Maradona, he just passed away a couple of weeks ago. But Maradona, he went to Napoli, which for you to understand how big that was, that he won a league with them. Imagine, bro, imagine the MLS, right, was the best league in the world. Mm-hmm. And the New York Red Bulls were a perennial, they'd finish 17th out of 20th. And all of a sudden, they somehow bring prime Messi over here.
How do they do that, number one? Do they have they have money to spend?
There was
like
a lot of mafia ties to Napoli over there.
So it's shady already.
It's shady already, yeah. And I mean, the first press conference that Maradona, the president of Napoli, does, they ask him about like the Conforto or Confante family, whatever they were called. And the president is like, I'm offended by this. We did so much. The club did so much and the city did so much to bring Maradona. And that's the first question. He's like, no, you're ejected out of here. I don't want you in here. It's like it kind of stung because there's some truth to that too, right? When you react in that way, it's like there's some truth to that too. So like imagine Messi coming over to the Red Bulls. And like, mind you now, I'm painting the picture that the MLS is the best league in the world right now. Everyone wants to be in the MLS because at the time in the early 80s, mid 80s, when Maradona was there, like the Serie A was like the league, like what the English Premier League is now. That's what it was back then. And then like Messi comes to the Red Bulls. The first year they finish 8th. Second year they win the league.
Really?
Third year they win the league. Then they win the fucking Champions League version at the time. And it's like, yo, this guy's like a godlike figure. And then eventually, like you fast forward 1990, they play the World Cup in Italy. Argentina is playing in Italy, is the World Cup, right? They're the host nation. Argentina is the defending champion. Italy plays Argentina in the semifinal. Is that when
Baggio? No, that's not Baggio, right?
That's 1994.
Okay.
But Italy plays Argentina in the semifinals. Dill, do you know where that game was played in? Napoli. Maradona comes out and goes, I think the people of Naples, I've just given them 7 years. I've been here for 7 years. They should be rooting for my people. And he caused a fucking uproar in the whole country. And people were like, yo, fuck that. Fuck the people from Napoli. Fuck Naples. Fuck all those guys down there. They were already considered like the bottom feeders of Italy. Like the way that, that documentary, bro, on HBO, Diego. I was going to have the director on, but he got caught up with something because like he's been asked around because like Maradona just passed away. Yeah. So, but I just dropped a dope ass podcast with my guy, Brandon Kelly from Always Cheating. And we talk about this, but he fucking... Maradona says that, and the people of Naples were always looked down on as like the like third class citizens of Italy. And they go over there and they show him, bro, and the national anthem for Argentina, and he's just like, fuck these motherfuckers, they're booing me. Like they were booing, like people in Naples were booing. He's like, fuck that. And then they end up beating Italy, and then that's when the like corruption and the conspiracy started of like his own people were turning on him. So, like, there's a sports conspiracy with Maradona, how, like, he wanted out of Italy, but they kept him because, like, they knew he was a cokehead, tax evasion, the pregnancy and shit. So, like, that's, like, a big one on, like, a global stage.